Welcome to the He Said.
She said.
We said podcast. I'm Todd.
I'm Pam.
And I'm number 4, Hope.
All right, guys. Today, we're going to discuss why are parents the enemy? So I'm actually going to tell a story about me. Most people don't know when I was 5 that I went through a rough patch. I was homeless for a bit. And not a lot of people know that. It was a really trying time in my life. Stop. It was a lot of stress, a lot of anxiety. I didn't know where the next meal was coming from. I remember specifically getting into an argument with my mom. And she was like, you have to. I said, why? Because I said so. And I didn't like that. I felt like she was just bossing me around and telling me what to do. And I said, I wish you were my mom. And she's like, well, you don't have to live here. And I'm like, I'm out. And I went and packed my little black suitcase with my little yellow strap on it. Put everything that was important to me at 5 years old in it. And I left. And I ran and hid behind the station wagon. You know, the one with the wood paneling. True story. I was homeless for a solid 45 minutes. I was scared to death. I was scared. I didn't know where I was going to eat, where I was going to sleep. Thank God my mom came out and was wanting to bring me back into the family. But, you know, that's how I feel like kids are. Like they think we're the enemy. Like at that moment, I didn't like my mom and I thought she's the enemy. Let's go, right? Retreat, run, right? Do you ever remember a time, Pam, where you felt like you were the enemy with our kids? Every day.
Yes, you are correct. Every day. When you have a lot of kids, you can't make them all happy. So at some point in time.
Yeah, a lot's relative. It's only 4.
I know, but, you know, one of them was always hating me at some point of time. And when you have 4, you have more options. Sometimes they gang up on you. 2 of them hate you and they're doing it together, and 2 of them love you and they try to defend you. You know, it's a mess.
So Hope, let me ask you this. You today are representing every teen and kid across America. You're their voice. Why do kids and teens feel like parents are their enemy? Why do they feel like we're against them?
Because you guys just make us feel like that way.
What? We make you feel that way? That makes no sense. Tell me how we make you feel that way.
You guys interrupt me when I'm focused. And I kind of lose my focus.
And so when you lose your focus, you get what?
A little bit frustrated because I forget what I'm doing.
You get frustrated and you're putting your frustrations towards us because we interrupted you. And because we interrupt you, do you feel like we're doing that on purpose? Does it feel that way sometimes?
Sometimes.
Okay. All right. That's a fair statement.
This is something that we've talked about it in other podcasts before, and it's kind of like each child is a different person. So with Hope, she likes to do things as you tell her to do them. So like sometimes as parents, we like have a barrage of, I want you to do this and I want you to do this and I want you to do this and I want you to do this. And it's like overwhelming. So I know that with her, I might say, hey, today I need you to do these things, but this is like the most important thing. So that way she knows that there's an expectation, but she doesn't feel like, why are you interrupting me while I'm doing A to tell me to do B when I haven't even finished A?
Right. And I get that because I have the memory of a flea. Right. So it's I have to write. I mean, we're sitting here in a podcast and I'm taking note after note after note on what to say next because I can't, like in my brain, I'm working on a 256 kilobyte hard drive up here. Like I'm not into the gigs yet. So I know for you, sounds like Hope, when we frustrate you on a regular basis, that's what makes us feel like the enemy because we keep coming at you and they keep frustrating you and you keep losing your focus. And now you're not just mad at us for making you unfocused. You're probably frustrated that you're unfocused or that you can't get back to your skill or whatever you're doing. If I see you doing something, let's say you're doing math and I'm like, that's wrong. That's wrong. Right? How can I correct you so that it doesn't totally interrupt you? Or how can I help you in a way that doesn't interrupt you, where you lose focus and you get frustrated?
You can say something like, "Hey, there's something I see on this paper. Can I help you with it?"
So would you say, and be honest, a lot of times when I'm looking at your homework in the past, I might be like, that's wrong.
Yes.
Why are you laughing? Wow. Wow. Okay. So let me ask you this. This is actually a conversation you and I had several years ago, like I think fifth or sixth grade, where you're like, Dad, you're always telling me I'm wrong. Do you feel like I've gotten better with the way I approach that?
A little bit.
A little bit like 30% or a little bit like 60%?
Around 20.
Around 20. Wait, I'm going to still take that as parenting win number 2 in life, right? So I've gotten 20% better, and you're absolutely right, because part of me as a coach is finding what's wrong and trying to fix it. So you're saying I should approach it differently. When I look at that and go, hey, that's wrong, how does that make you feel?
It feels like I did something wrong.
Okay. And if I look at it and say, hey, I see something right here, can I share that with you? Does that doesn't distract you?
No, because you're saying, because sometimes you say it's wrong, and you kind of like go.
So my tone, so like like when I'm like, that's wrong,
Yeah.
that's what like shocks you out of what your focus. Okay, that's fair. So approach you with a different tone, and instead of saying that's wrong, saying, hey, I'm noticing something. Can I show you something, or can I help you? That would help.
Yes.
Okay.
So what you're saying is, if we're going to correct our children and we are getting the same response, which is either angry or frustration, maybe we should talk to them about how to correct them. Like, hey, when I see that you're doing something incorrect, what's the best way for me to let you know that's not going to make you feel bad or frustrate you? So that way I can use it when I need to do that without frustrating you. Is that?
I just actually thought about a time when I was a kid, and my dad is a big dude, right? And he was correcting me, and he keeps correcting me, and like my whole life, he's corrected me. And I always felt like my dad was coming at me, right? When a parent blurts out, no, that's not right, or that's not right, do you think kids feel like the parents are coming at them?
Sometimes.
And if they're coming at them, are they being supportive?
Not really.
So I think that's what we have to think about is, are we working with our kids in a way that they feel supportive, or they feel like we're coming at them?
Right.
Right. So let me ask you this. Do you think families grow stronger when the parents are the enemy, or when they're working together as a team?
Duh, on the same team.
Dummy. Wow. Wow, duh, on the same team. You sound like me when I was 4. Oh, wait. It's genetic. All right.
I think parents always want to be on their kids' teams. So, how do parents make you feel like we're on your team and we support you?
Learn to ask instead of like, let me help you with this.
So, ask, can I help you with this?
As opposed
Yeah.
to being told, I'm going to help you with this or else.
Got it.
Yeah,
Okay.
because that's coming at you. That's how I felt with my dad a lot of times. He was just coming at me. He didn't want to help me. He's like, here we go, another barrage. Yeah, I get it. So how can teens, though, right? Because sometimes we as parents are the leaders, and we have to learn. How can teens make their parents feel like we want you on our team?
Teens need to spend time with the parents.
I mean, they need to say, I'm going to spend time with my parents,
Yes.
even though they want to be in the room. I would 1000% agree with you there. I do. I mean, I love nothing more than when any of our kids go, hey, can we watch this? Can we do this? You want to go outside and shoot hoops? You want to go wherever? Like, I like knowing that they want to spend time with me as much as I want to spend time with them.
Well, I think it's also a time where our kids are changing so much that it's only in the time that we spend together that we get to learn what their likes and dislikes are. You know, um, I'm only up in the times of what's going on, like manga, well, manga instead of manga.
Wow, manga. Okay.
Because I get to spend time with my kids, you know, and they're teaching me about what's interesting in their life and what they're doing. And they teach me about what's hip and what's not.
So if I took anything away from it today as a parent, and correct me if I'm wrong, please. Kids feel like they're being talked at. They're not being talked with. Right? Like we're talking at them, we're not including them in the conversation.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So parents, end of the day, talk with your children, include them in the conversation, let them have say. That's what makes us not the enemy, because the kids feel like they're part of our team. And kids, from what Hope said today, spend time with your parents. Walk out of the room and say, hey, can we? And I can tell you as a parent, that means a lot. Thanks for being part of today's podcast. I am confident you got something out of it today. I know I did. I need to talk with my kids more, not at my kids. Make sure you share today's podcast. And oh, by the way, if you're not following us on every platform there is, you should. At Coach Todd Harris on YouTube, at The Parenting Ninja, and Spotify and Apple Podcast. Make sure you subscribe. Peace.